Hey guys, welcome to my first video on this channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today it's all about building budget tables for the right hand side and the left hand side barn door. We just try to build everything on a budget. I just spent $150 for everything, and yeah, hope it works out and see how we go. So these are the parts that I bought. We've got two piano hinges, a long one and a short one. Then we got these things. They are called shock cord button. A few screws, like very tiny ones. The bungees or stretch loops, and some more bolts to attach the wood to the door. And I bought some chains as well, but I'm not sure if they will work out or not. I probably have to buy something else for that. The first step is grab yourself some trim remover, or however they're called, or just some plastics, and just take your door cards off. Pretty easy. I decided to take this plastic off, which was on here, just so I can get into the door and get the metal shavings out, because I probably have to drill out these holes. They are 8, but I'm using some insert riv nuts, I reckon they're called. So I have to drill these out a bit to get like 9 mil or something out of them. And yeah, I don't want any metal shavings in here starting to rust. So yeah, I just took it off, and then I just vacuum clean it after that, just to make sure everything's fine. It's not a lot of work, just probably have to be a bit careful that you don't rip it. Alrighty, as you can see, I bought these insert riv nuts. These ones just sit in here and then tighten them up, and then I can use bolts to put that wood on and just tighten it up properly. But before we continue, I usually grab some Bunnings, it's rust converter, and yeah, just apply it into the holes so we make sure it's not rusting away, or just put some primer in there or silicone or whatever you want, just to make sure it's not rusting that quickly. And after that I will give it a bit of a clean and get the metal shavings out. As we can't get everything out, I will probably use some Penetrol, it's called, it's rust treatment. Yeah, just give it a clean from the inside and just spray a bit on. That will just seal it off and we won't get any rust issues. Maybe grab yourself a cold one while I'm doing the other side. Cheers! So while the rust converter is drying and the sealer as well, we can grab our old door cards, chuck them on the wood and use them. If you don't have the old door cards, you can probably use some cardboard and make it work. But in this case we're lucky. We just draw around and then we cut the wood out for our barn doors, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I decided to go with this plywood. It's 9 mil thick and it's 1200 by 596 mil. I decided to go for that one because it was cheap, and yeah, like I said, this is a bit of a budget build and we see how it goes. I will cut it out now and try to fit it to the barn doors. And yeah, there's another piece of wood just over there which is 12 mil thick. This is 9 mil like I said. And the other one, we're just going to use that as drop down table, just because it's a bit thicker and a bit more stable, I reckon. Well, as you can see, my cuts are not that good, but yeah, maybe if you don't look too close, it's not too bad. But yeah, probably, yeah, I don't know, maybe I can save a bit with a sander and try to sand it off a bit and make it look good or something. I just drilled some holes and see if it fits actually. Nice. Alright, let's use these bad boys. Just screw it on all the way. Put a bit of silicone on the tip. Well, you probably don't have to, but that's what I usually do, just to protect it a bit from rusting, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Chuck it in there, and then just push it. There you go. So now that I know that this part, like the upper part here, actually fits to the door, I will use that one and just draw around it and try to cut that bit off that actually unfolds, so the actual table. As you can see, we just chucked the piano hinge on here and tightened it up with some screws. It's always good to have a hand with that, I reckon, because it was quite tricky to get it on and line it up properly. My clothes, it's a different day today. Yeah, what did I do the other day? Last clip was with the piano hinges, so I took it off again just to get it stained, and as you can see here, I mounted this table as well. It's pretty much the same as here. The only tricky part was this bit here, the handle for the opening. I did cut way too much over here, so if you do it, yeah, you might have to take some better measurements than I do, because that handle actually gets hooked into some metal in the door, so the handle couldn't be just on that wood, because the wood was too thick. Yeah, that was my biggest issue the other day. Tried to figure that out. Apart from that, yeah, mounted this bungee thing here as well. It's pretty sturdy, I reckon. And yeah, I get the tables stained, and yeah, but before that I will give it a quick sand. I decided to go with deck and exterior stain. It's October Brown, it is called. Yeah, it's got like UV protection, water repellent, dirt and mold resistant, and it's fast curing as well. I decided to go with a water-based one because it's not as stinky, I hope. The oil-based ones, I know sometimes it takes a few days until you get the smell out of the room or whatever, or yeah, and I don't want that smell in the car. Yeah, we'll chuck it on and then I will show you how it looks like. There we go, 2 tables, this one here and this one here. Can both yeah, tighten them up and fold them. They're tightened up here with some ropes as well, just to give it a bit more support. Same on this one. Just make sure, yeah, it's supporting it and it doesn't just fall down. I had a few issues with this bit here and this one here, like the tightening up thing. So I had to modify it. I just grabbed the bolt, I'll show you. So I grabbed the bolt and drilled it through from this side here, and then I got one of these things, drilled a hole in it to make it bigger, and then I did screw it on like this, because with normal screws it just wouldn't hold up. It just it broke off all the time because it's just so tight on here. And yeah, that works fine. Here I just used some normal rope, just from Bunnings as well. I've done a loop here, and then I tighten up the bolt and the washer, so the rope is hiding behind the washer. I drilled a hole in here, just stick that through, made a knot into it. Yeah, now it just holds up like that. And another little trick, if you don't want to drill another hole in here to tighten that one up to the door, you just undo the door handle and then put a string behind it or a bungee, and then you can tighten it up just like that, and you don't have to drill into the door again. So the total cost of this build was about I reckon like $160, $170. I had to go back to Bunnings and buy some more stuff, but I think if you do it right from the beginning, you spend about $150. I didn't include any tools because I just found them here in the shed. Same with that rope, I had that in the shed as well. And yeah, you probably have a mate with some tools. Just go there, give him a few beers, and you're sorted, I reckon. And yeah, let me know how you go with your table project.